right, dreamers and creators. So if you want to scale your business, you need to understand this one concept, is that you need 4 offers. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what those 4 offers are so that you are able to create different entry points for every one of your potential consumers. So let's jump right into it. Offer number 1 is going to be your lead offer. Okay, your lead offer is for all of your cold to warm potentials. Okay, so these are typically cold or people who don't know you. That's strangers straight off the bat, and they're listening to you to understand more about you, maybe more about your brand and how you could potentially help them, because they don't know that you can help them yet, but they're listening to find out. Then let's say this cold person begins to become warm. Maybe they see some sort of value that you're presenting in which they can implement into their life because they believe that you might be able to solve their problems. So they go from being strangers into warming up to the possibility that you might be able to help them in some sort of way. So maybe now, whatever free value you have, like content, for instance, whether that's on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, they're at least willing to watch that type of content because they believe it might be able to help them. For example, aside from consulting small business owners and launching their startup or scaling their business from early growth stage, I'm also a fitness instructor. Sometimes people take my group classes for the very first time, just taking the class to see how they like it. So I often get people who are interested in what my workout routine is because they might see my physique and hope that they can achieve something similar. So they already have a goal and see something that matches what they want. And so when these people approach me, they might ask what my routine is, and instead of having this long conversation with them right up front, telling them my entire routine, I would tell them to subscribe to my Built by Community channel. I have a playlist of workouts that I do that has helped me to achieve some of my goal. Or I might offer them to take one of my classes, since classes are included in the gym memberships. Okay, so that leads them from going to cold to a warm lead. Now they know that I may be able to provide value for them that doesn't cost them anything right off the bat anyway. That doesn't cost them much right off the bat, aside from their time, taking the time to actually see some of my content and then participate in some of it as well. So your leads usually receive some sort of free value. Okay, that's your lead offer. You must have content as a part of your marketing strategy, and a part of building your framework to your business is super important. You can't get away from it. Aside from the fact that we're in the digital age, it's so easy to create this evergreen content, which is not going to change. This framework works for all businesses, whether small, large corporations, LLCs, sole proprietors. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're actually running. This framework works for all businesses. It's super important though that you are providing some sort of free to low cost value for your cold and warm leads, because they're just getting to know you. So they're skeptical about handing over money to you for something you're promising them and they're not sure about yet. Then you can move on to creating a core offer, or maybe you already have a core offer, that's fine too. Okay, a core offer is going to be some sort of product in which you made one time, okay, like writing a book or an ebook, that's included as well, or some other product that you've already produced and you can sell over and over again, but it's not going to take more of your time and your effort because you've already created that thing one time. So you need core offers. For example, I have an ebook. Again, as a fitness instructor, I have an ebook that I sell on Amazon. Check that out, by the way, if you're interested. It only costs $10. So a core offer could be a low, hope you can see this, but listen to my voice. It's me and my tiny whiteboard today. A core offer can be a low ticket, a low priced offer for your lead magnet, right? Because now they're warm and they may be picking up what you're putting down. So they're willing to give you some sort of money because they see your free content or your low value content, and then they are still interested. They want more. They believe that you actually might have potential to solve their issue. But now instead of jumping right into a high ticket offer, they get to participate in a low ticket offer like a book that's at $10, $20, or $30. Myron Golden, the very successful multi-million-dollar entrepreneur himself, who's taught me about offers, sells this book for $29, $30. By the way, link in the description. If you know Myron Golden and you haven't jumped on Boss Moves yet, if you do not have a copy of this book and you're an aspiring entrepreneur or you're already a entrepreneur in the early growth stages, you need to cop this less than 200-page book. It's phenomenal and very helpful. That's a $30 book. So there you have it. That's a low ticket offer, especially compared to the 4 offers that you're going to have altogether. So next, moving on, you have your PVO, or your premium value offer, or your high ticket offer. There are different terminologies for this, but just know that this one costs money. Yeah, let's do that. This could be maybe, you know how you see the ratings on like Yelp? So you know how much something costs. So we'll give that $1 to $2 signs. This could be nothing. And then we have $3 signs here. Okay, so your premium value offer is going to be your high ticket offer. This is something that requires more effort on your part, especially something you can't get back that's valuable, like your time. You want people to pay for your time. So this is especially for my coaches, my consultants, my speakers, my teachers. When you spend ample amount of time with even just one individual, much less the masses, because it's taking time that you cannot get back, that's what you want to charge for. And you don't want to be afraid to charge for it, because you already have free value content for the same consumer and you already have a core offer. So once you turn from stranger into a warm lead, into a core offer, that person who's ready to see more of your offers and what you have, more than likely going to be ready to invest, okay? Not just pay, but invest in your premium value offer, your PVO. So this is going to be something like a workshop. Workshops take up energy and time, not just hosting them and facilitating them, but even curating them and preparing them, the process, the presentations, the slides, the gathering of other people if you're collaborating, right? So your workshop is going to be your premium value offer. Or if you have a product or service that you've paid much money for, especially what's called a SaaS, sell as a service, okay? These cost money, so you need your return on investment. Or maybe you purchased a bunch of product in bulk, right? And you've already paid for the shipping and handling. Or maybe you're even organizing an event, right? You have some sort of in real life event, and that costs you money, right? To have the space for the event, or if you're catering the event, or if you need any type of equipment for the event like AV so that you could plug in and do these presentations, that costs money. So you need to make that back, and you don't just want to break even, you want to profit. So you want to make sure that these people who are taking advantage and investing in your PVO is covering the cost of what you're producing, and then also that you are charging additional so that you are also able to make a profit. Okay, and so that's your premium value offer. You have a workshop, product, a service, or an event. And then finally, we have what's called a oh, by the way, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, or at least like this content if you're feeling it. Drop a gem for me. You're helping me to build this channel, so I need to know what content is helpful for you so that I can keep producing this type of content. So if you're liking this so far and you're picking some things up, go ahead and give me a like. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I drop the content next. Boom. Next, you have what's called sorry, I know you can't see it that well, but it's a continuity offer. That's a membership or some sort of subscription, like maybe to an app, let's say. So continuity means that you're receiving reoccurring payments for your customers that are taking advantage of maybe all of these offers, and they receive a discount, or maybe they receive some of these things for free or incentivized with rewards or being a member to your store, to your brand. So they receive some of this stuff already, and then maybe a little bit more because they're a member. They subscribe to you and they give you a monthly payment for your product or service. Continuity offers. Now, all of these offers are important. You have all 4 offers here. They're all important. However, one of your main focuses should be here in your premium value offer. You definitely want to land on your premium value offer and your lead offer. Everyone starts here as a lead. So everyone starts as either a cold or a warm lead and then moves up this ladder, okay? This is called the value ladder. So you want people to climb this ladder, and as they do that, they usually go through these stages. But coming from a lead and then being introduced to what you have next, a premium value offer, which is a little bit more expensive than your other offers, which, by the way, your continuity can very well range from here to $4 signs, right? Okay, so your continuity could be a little bit more than your premium value offer. It just depends on your business and your product and your services and how you're solving people's problems. But you definitely want to hit this PVO. Why? Because that's how you're going to generate revenue and profit. You can definitely make a great dollar just having a core offering. Like maybe you write several books, and if several of your books are bestsellers, then obviously you're going to generate a generous income from that. But we want to make sure that we're covering our costs and profiting, not only so that we have take-home income, but also so that you can scale your business. As your business grows, something that's going to happen is that you're either going to need to hire or automate services. And either way you look at that, that's going to cost you money. So you have to cover your future cost as well. So it's important to focus on your PVO and making sure that you're not just offering something at a high price without understanding your customer's problem and knowing that your PVO is solving that problem. Your customers have to understand the payoff. They want to know that you are delivering on your promise if they purchase this thing and invest their dollars into your product and service. They need to know that the reason that I'm investing is because you're going to solve this issue for me so that I could potentially feel better, do better, and have better, right? Do more, be more, have more, right? So we have to deliver on these things, even from our content, like our most free, low cost to no cost. I'm just exchanging value for your time. You watch my content and you get some good value from it. Even here, you have to deliver. So you want to make good on your word, you want to make good on your deliveries, and you want to create really good products and services for your consumers, because that's what makes them stay with you. You see, we're not just looking at this as getting a quick dollar. Understand that there is, in the value ladder, that after acquiring a customer, we need to retain that customer. So what makes them stay with us is going to be the amount of offers that we have and how many of their problems we're solving. Because after we solve one, they're gonna have another. So you need to do this all over again. And you create a framework around each one of your offers again and again and again and again. So that's how you generate revenue, but also scale your business, is by having multiple offers, at least 4. And if you don't have 4, I have something for you. I am hosting a webinar on Saturday, May 24th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you are, you can log in and participate in this webinar. All I need you to do is go to the description box down below and click on the link to register for my Dream Offers Framework webinar, where I'm going to teach you how to build each one of these offers. Maybe you already have one and you need the other 3. Maybe you have 2 and you need the other 2. We're going to talk about how it pertains to your business so that you can make sure you have at least 4 offers to cover your costs and to profit in your business. Make sure you drop a comment down below to let me know which one of these you're working on next. And also be sure to click that link to register for the webinar. I'll see you next time.